I think Jamaica is going through a renaissance or a revolution right in front of our eyes. And I call it social or cultural dunceness. Even though, like many places, we were experiencing a breakdown in social structure, it became specifically a rebellion on intelligence a few years ago. I mean, we've always had smart people and dunce people. The difference is back then, dunce people, quote unquote, wanted to be bright because knowing was a competition and a flex. No matter where you come from, everybody want to know more and sound more intelligent than somebody else. But a few years ago, we started to joke with phrases like back of the class and fully dunks. And many genuinely thought that this was just a trend affiliated with pop culture. But words have power, and now we have found ourselves in this situation. And this, along with the choppy line culture, shows children not wanting to be bright per se and not wanting to work for what they have. And it's one of the driving forces behind our crime.
On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Wednesday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, you don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, in the morning here. We are going to kick it off with an update. An update coming out of yesterday evening's vlog. We were made mention that 2 criminal elements get clapped away down a Sentan. Now Sentan has been seen an uptick in crime and violence, an uptick in murders in recent months. And I've stated clearly that if the authorities not go in a Sentan, plan some strategic operation to dig out some of them criminal elements there, we're going to see Sentan narrow down to what Western Jamaica once was. Yeah, man. Now, many criminal elements have left where they're from, areas from Westmoreland, St. James, Kingston, Clarendon, all over, and find themselves living inside the parish of St. Ann. Many living in some rural and secluded areas, trying to blend themselves in with the regular members of Chan Public. But I do urge you, the members of these areas in St. Ann, who come from some small, knitted tightly type of community settings. If you see anybody was strange in the area, call the police. They might not terrorize you, might not take set pan you, probably a help you for fun like a business, come out and dance, come floss and support it. Do not allow these criminal elements to use their money to keep quiet, because anywhere them boy they go, death and destruction follow. And luckily, most of the time, a police come for them, because trust and believe, if a them enemy roll up on you, I tell you, a whole heap of innocent lives would have been lost. Now, the 2 criminal elements them come from all the way over there in Westmoreland. Kings Valley gang members. Yeah, man. So this criminal element here present on your screen is said to be a contract knockis and clappis from the Kings Valley gang. Him and one of him little family members, them, the police, them clap way over there in Lime.Hall near St. Ann's Bay in the parish of St. Ann yesterday. Now, the criminal element present on your screen has since been identified as 36-year-old Richard Hemmings, but them call him Black Isle or Chin Max. in our streets. Now the other criminal element will lose him 3 points beside him, that time little Fambo, has not yet been identified by the police. However, the criminal element Richard Emmons, aka Black Isle, was a known affiliate of the Kings Valley gang, where he served as a contract Nakis and Clappis, a trigger man for the gang and also an enforcer of the badness in the general Kings Valley community. Now, it is reported that during a pre-dawn operation, the police team got information about the whereabouts of Black Isle and the next man. It is said that the police went to a 2-bedroom apartment and they were greeted with gunfire by the criminal elements. Now you don't know, say the police them well trained tactically so over there in the agriculture school in a Portland, where they were trained for plant can in a dirty boy stomach. So that is exactly what they did. So according to reports reaching on the Spot News Media, the police were acting on a warrant in search of the criminal element who is deemed wanted by them for serious offenses including murder and a slew of firearm-related offenses. So upon the approach of the police at the 2-bedroom house in Gravel Hill in Lime.Hall, St. Anne, the 2 men reportedly attempted to flee and clap some can upon the squad of them. Now a shootout ensued as I stated earlier, and the criminal element presently on your screen known as Black Isle Ton Tar. Yeah man, cause I grung him there. So right now, the next man end up a try to take off himself, continuously firing at the police. Get fi understand, say one of the police them just crouch and aim him up good and proper behind a building and just clap some can until him turn over dead. Yeah man. So the police them go so back now and tactically walk down upon them, have them firearms and everything ready for squeeze again if them ever shift a more can to them skin. But the boy them lie down there, nah move, none at all. So a police walk over and pick up a firearm, and that firearm is said to be a .45 semi-automatic pistol with a magazine containing 3 live rounds left in it. Them search for another strap, but the police, them say, boy, it seems as if the boy fling it over the nearby premises and somebody pick you up and gone with it quick and fast. Now, members of the police team check themselves. Nobody never get no scrape, no scratch. Just little dirt pan them clothes, cause you know, so when boy start clap can, police have to get low. But outside of that, the police team walk away from that injury-free. Now in the come was called in, of course, and as usual, them not really too pleased because them a practice over there for a domino competition with the fire department, cause you know, so them man they have the most time in the world. But in the come really busy from what they hear, so I don't know if them are going to win the domino competition there. No? So we can safely say that domino competition will definitely be a win for the fire department. Yeah man. So since the start of the year, from January 1 to July 8, 171 alleged criminal elements get slapped with by the security forces. And the figure is 93 more than the 78 individuals will lose them 3 points to the security forces in a firefight up to July 7th last year. So we get to understand that the criminal element, Black Isle Ton Black Tar, was wanted in multiple police divisions for a series of violent crimes. Some of these crimes include fatal knockings and clappings, regular knockings and clappings, and wounding with intent, and also knockings and clappings at the police. So it is understood that Black Isle was considered an active member of the Kings Valley gang for nearly a decade. Black Isle was reportedly known for his distinctive bleached brown complexion. It is understood that Black Isle operated in Grangeville, Westmoreland, and also lately in Lime.Hall, St. Ann. Yeah, man. Now, who remember the man we end up losing 3 pints in a Grangeville in a Westmoreland, right round a Jerusalem mountain side there, so? The brother known as Mr. Bogle. And the boy Black Isle did carry out the dirt the two, you know. Yeah, man. So right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squaddy them. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, you know, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. Catherine North Police Division, where the St. Catherine North Police are searching for a man who allegedly can up and take the life of a brother known as Talman. Yeah, man. The man them lick down Talman out of Greendale, they say in a Spanish town, Monday. So the criminal element now, Talman, get fi understand, say, man, I'm 40s. Approximately 6 feet 2 inches tall, brown complexion, and was wearing a jeans and a white t-shirt at the time of the incident. Now, reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 11:55 a.m., the man was standing outside a wholesale store along the roadway when he was approached by a man armed with a handgun. The assailant reportedly brandished the weapon and canned him up right in the head him get it before fleeing in the area on foot. The police were alerted and the injured man was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital, not in a bid to save his life because he's a whole extortionist, all dirty kind of boy, but more so to have him officially pronounced, you know what. Now the police say no motive has been established for the attack, but me tell you no war go on. Big war out for broke out right now in a black man place. Shelter Rock, Jones Avenue, the whole of that area there, right? That's right now. Unsafe. So to the regular members of Chan Public living in and around that community, all over Greendale, there's to Tamsipen, you don't know, all of that is close knitted to the community that me just talk about. So no need to be very much aware of the surroundings and traverse these streets with caution. Yeah, man. Now you have a next extortionist known as Pele. We get fi understand say a theme back next. I go fly. Yeah, man. So right now, the knockings and clappings continues. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about, you know, my peeps, is coming out of the Manchester Police Division where a man end up get canned up in a northwest Manchester. Now the man has since been hospitalized after he was attacked and canned up near his home in Huntley district, that is northwest Manchester, on Tuesday, that is yesterday. Now preliminary reports suggest that sometime around 2 a.m., the 45-year-old man was reportedly walking home from a party in the community when he was attacked by an assailant on a motorcycle. It is said that the criminal element on the motorcycle opened gunfire, hitting him multiple times in the upper body. Residents stated that the man reportedly managed to move before collapsing meters from his yard. It is said that he was found suffering from a portion of wounds around 6 a.m. So him lie down there suffer for much hours. He was, however, rushed to the hospital where he was admitted and treated. He's said to be in serious condition. The police have since launched a manhunt for the criminal suspect. Residents gathered in disbelief near the scene on Tuesday morning as they waited for detectives to process the area. Now, statistics from the police shows that up to July 5th, Manchester recorded 12 knockings and clappings incident when compared to 20 for the corresponding period last year. Now, residents, proprietors, especially the bar owners and dance promoters in Manchester, are them thing here the police them are try to prevent when time them lock down the area at a certain time. What is more important to know? Money in our pocket or peace in the community, which will bring more money in our pocket in the long run? Make it make sense? Boy, may I tell you. Now the next thing that we're going to talk about is coming out of the Westmoreland Police Division. A situation where on the spot news media call one of them weird, sick and twisted type of situation. Now a caregiver for an elderly woman has been charged after the elderly woman's mummified body was found at her home in Westmoreland. Now the Westmoreland police have launched an investigation after the mummified remains of an elderly woman was discovered at her home on Sunday. Her living caregiver is accused of hiding her body for more than a year without alerting the families or the authorities. But that leaves me now to wonder. Then nobody at all out her family no go visit her for over a year for know say the woman is no longer among the land of the living. That rough. That says a lot about the woman's family. Now the deceased elderly woman has since been identified as Viola Destin. Her age and date of birth has not yet been confirmed by the police. The police believe that she had lost her life on December 10th in 2023. However, rather than reporting her death, it is stated that the caregiver, a 54-year-old woman identified as Gena Robinson, is alleged to have hidden the body inside a room at their shared residence in Old Hope District in Little London, Westmoreland. The gruesome discovery was made on Sunday after one of Destin's relatives reportedly became suspicious and contacted the police. Her decomposed body was found laying on a mattress in the home, covered in a blue tarpaulin. The scenes was processed and the body removed to the morgue, where post-mortem examination is pending. Now the caregiver has since been charged by the police with failure to report a loss of life of a person and preventing the lawful burial of a corpse and attempting to pervert the course of justice. Now we're going to hear from some residents of the community. We're going to also hear from a mortician as they all weighed in on this weird and cruel, clean clothes type of mad people type of behavior from the caregiver type of situation. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough, but anyway, listen.
Be shocking myself, my friend, we can't even say nothing further. Because from me growing up, this you guy first never say this. It really bad for you say when the family them, all the family them feel now. Them not gonna be them family, they're not gonna feel good things they don't really do that to a old man like that, you know.
I'm not know as she is that type of person. Come here tell us that she loving. So me don't know what take her over, really. No, no, she's a nice woman. Yes, and me feel shame about what she do. Like I devil take her over. All the while me down me yard, me hear me nice spirit up there.
You know, nice. Because almost some everything in my door or something, we can have him in there. Yeah, we have shock. We have that because we live so close or whatsoever, and all of in our community and we never know of that.
Sometimes when the bodies are embalmed, it takes several years for the body to decay. However, sometimes even if it's not embalmed, factors are rarely that the fluid inside the body are drained out. I'm still thinking about it, very surprised also, given the fact that it's under a roof where I would say the temperature really is a factor of it, where maybe it was stored cool or maybe because of I would say it embalmed. Does that body look embalmed to me?
Now after hearing all of that, I know so I'm convinced you a whole heap of clean clothes mad people there early I walk up and down. Now even the funeral home director confused because him can't even fathom the thought how the woman keep the body preserved, wrap up in a tarpaulin, lay down on the bed for almost 2 years and it not fully decay. On the spot news media saw a picture of the lifeless body of the woman. And for the length of time, almost 2 years, the body is not fully decayed, really preserved properly without being in a freezer. Can you imagine, my peeps? Now, the female that's the caregiver confessed to the police, stating that the elderly woman was not saved and she was concerned about her going to hell. She stated that she kept the body preserved, stating that she got a vision from the Almighty Creator, her God, for say to keep the woman preserved so she not go to hell. She also stated that she had a vision that the woman would have been resurrected on Sunday, July 6, 2025, which is the very same day the police made the gruesome discovery. Boy, may I tell you, I never know what to say about this one here. We just leave this one here to the Almighty to deal with it. Now, the next thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is that the police, they must say, boy, they must seize a whole heap of rifle since the start of the year. The police is stating that so far 137 rifles in various operations has been seized by them across the island. Yeah, man, that's a good thing. Now, this exceeds the 25 rifles seized in 2024. So 137 versus 25, that's a huge gap. And of course, we know that some of them they seize in operations at the warehouse, at the wharfs. Now, in fact, the data now shows that the Lime.Hall so far this year exceeds the combined annual seizures for the years 2022, 2023, and 2024. So in 2022, 50 rifles were seized. In 2023, the number fell to 19, whilst in 2024, the number was 25. So the combined haul for those 3 years was 94, 43 fewer than the number taken out of the hands of criminal elements since January of this year. So overall, the police have seized 761 illegal guns so far this year. And that's 338 more than the 438 guns seized for all of 2024. So it's also comfortably exceeds the number seized for all of 2022 and 2023. And so far this year, the police have seized 39,903 rounds of ammunition. And that's over 25,000 rounds more than the number of illegal ammunition seized for the years 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. All combined. Boy, may I tell you, right there and then, another decent spot of work again by the squad of them. Yeah, man. Now, the next thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is coming out of the troubled, war-torn, crime-riddled St. James Police Division, where on your screen, my peeps, the police, them say, them have this composite sketch of a criminal element who is wanted by them. Now, the St. James Police have released this composite sketch of the suspect relative to a case of robbery with aggravation and unlawful wounding that took place at the intersection of Upper Bevin Avenue and Market Circle, Montego Bay in the parish on Tuesday, June 24th. Now, reports reaching on the Spot News Media would suggest that sometime around 8:30 p.m., two men armed with handguns stopped the driver of a motor truck and robbed the truck of approximately 7 million Jamaican dollars before fleeing on foot in the area. The matter was reported to the police, and based on description given by the complainant, a composite sketch of one of the criminal elements was generated. He's been asked to turn himself over to the Montego Bay Criminal Investigation Branch or any police station, as a matter of fact. And in the meantime, the St. James Police is urging you, the regular members of Chan Public and members of the diaspora, if you don't have any information surrounding the whereabouts of the criminal element and the composite sketch, remember, it not necessarily have to look exactly like this, it as it relates to the criminal element. But if a person look close to it, call the police, because it is just a composite sketch. Now, if you don't have any information, call the Montego Bay CIB at 876-953-6190. 91. And as always, if you don't trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger, give us the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah, man. So anyway, my peeps, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.